Welcome back. Before I go for the topic of today, I would like to thank those of you who attended my retirement celebration, those of you coming from all over the United States, including Nashville, Canada, Atlanta, Connecticut, Maryland, and of course my friends in Queens, Staten Island, Bronx, Long Island, and so on. I appreciate you are making the long distance. Now, today, I'm going to talk about Trump, President Trump, and 2020 Democratic candidates. I just want to dwell on the 5 top Democratic candidates. The question today is, who among the slate of Democratic candidates is strong enough to take on political avalanche called Donald Trump? Who among the crowded field of Democratic hopefuls is electable, is likable, and has the progressive values and plans that will convince Americans to vote for him or her for the highest office in the U.S.? There are 20 Democratic candidates vying for the office of presidency, so much that many people do not know all their names. Before I talk about the top 5 candidates who may be able to take on the unpredictable and highly confrontational President Donald Trump, I need to state here that most candidates share progressive values and ideas with varying degrees of differences, perceptions, and insights. These Democratic candidates have progressive agenda and social issues that most Americans are concerned about, such as Medicare for all, free college education, immigration justice, reproductive justice, campaign reform, gun violence, and so on. And of course, the healthcare system, which needs to be reformed. A record of 6 in 10 Americans say that Trump should not be elected or re-elected because he's being crushed in the polls by the potential top Democratic candidates. But the question is Trump actually being crushed? Anyway, there are top 5 presidential candidates, Democratic candidates, and these are Vice President Joe Biden, Senator Elizabeth Warren, Senator Bernie Sanders, Senator Kamala Harris, and of course Mayor Pete Buttigieg. Vice President Joe Biden is currently leading in the polls today. He is focusing on working class families, and he believes in political values that include plan to fight inequality. He is fighting for the working class. He has plans to revitalize Americans' working class and mobile classes. He has planned to get the wealthy on board with progressive agenda that works for everyone. Joe Biden has always cultivated a working class image. But will that class image help him to beat Donald Trump? That is the question. The next is Senator Elizabeth Warren. While Joe Biden is a moderate Democrat, Senator Warren has been described as more liberal and progressive. Senator Warren has proposed a new wealth tax for the Americans ultra-rich. She proposed a 2% tax levied on all assets more than $15 million, and 3% assets to be taxed if you are making over $1 billion. Warren says that she plans to use the money from the assets of the millionaires and billionaires to help millions of students suffering from student loan. And she wants to use it to fund a free community education. The question is, will these noble policies and progressive agenda get her the ticket to the White House in 2020? Next is Senator Bernie Sanders. He is also known to have a liberal values and progressive policies about presidential governance. Sanders, who leaped into political stardom in 2016 when he ran against Hillary Clinton, still has the same liberal values of taxing the rich and using the money to help the poor. Sanders is known to decry the undue influence of millionaires and billionaires on American politics and economy. He believes that the ultra-rich, wealthy 1% needs to be taxed to help the population who are struggling to pay their student loans and unemployment. The question is, will Senator Sanders' liberal political stance enough to carry him to the White House in 2020? Next is Senator Kamala Harris. She's a California senator who came into office at the beginning of Trump's presidency. She was previously Californian Attorney General and a prosecutor. Kamala has a considerable social and political presence, and her key issues include Green New Deal, Medicare for all, marijuana legalization, increased teacher pay, Rent Relief Act, death penalty, and gun safety issues. The question is, can voters overlook Senator Harris' past legal history as Californian prosecutor and vote for her? The next, but not the least, is Mayor Pete Buttigieg. As I mentioned before, he is the youngest of the Democrat hopefuls. He's a 37-year-old Democratic candidate and a Harvard graduate. He's a rising political star who states that he's a man of faith, and faith is likely humbling oneself in the service of others. Mayor Pete's progressive values is based on his interpretation of his faith. Such progressive values include protecting the poor rather than celebrating the rich. He also wants us to be there for the stranger in our midst, which means the immigrants. We should protect the immigrants. He's also for gender politics, gender balance in politics. Though Mayor Pete is a good man with a good heart, with his noble ideals and his sexual orientation stand under the tenacious attack from Donald Trump. That is the question. What do you think, viewers? Who do you think is strong enough to take a political avalanche called Donald Trump? For now, that question remains an open question. This has been Dr. Felicia of Social Conscience. Please remember to watch me on my YouTube channel, like me on my Facebook, and follow me on Instagram. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.